You're on Checkitow.
I'm excited. It's my first time here.
Yay. So a little context. I dreamt. I dream every night, but you appeared in a dream, and then I saw you the next day at one of our events. And you know, I was like, hey, you know, you showed up in my dream, and so, you know, perhaps we'll work together at some point, but at least today you're on my podcast. Always been drawn to you from the astrology segments that you've done on LA TV now, LatiNation. I thought they were so on point. You definitely have a lot of insight, and you have that magic that someone that does what you do should have. Before we get into the tarot cards that you brought, give me a little bit of background. How'd you discover your powers? How'd you get interested in this metaphysical, mystical journey you're on?
Well, can I address the dream first?
Yeah.
So the whole dream thing, I'm not surprised. It's something that literally happens to most of my clients. They've said that I go into the dreams, y les hago sanaciones, I do healings, or I bring like a grandmother to them, which can segue into how I ended up doing this work. I feel like if I had a 3D context to really explain it, I would just say that I really believe now, and maybe still at a superficial level, that I have a big mission in this lifetime to help souls ascend and clear dharma and karma so that they can be free. Like, that's really the gist of it. How does that look like? How do people come to me? I'm now at the point in my career. I have a really interesting story. I had a very 3D normal life, checking off the boxes of life, right? Got married very young at 19, had a lot of trauma in my childhood. Happily ever after, La Casa, the white picket fence, 3 kids. And when the divorce happened, that changed my life. Because I subscribed and signed up to a life of, I really wanted a family. And God gave me the family, but was I really being true to myself? I was very young, so I don't think I understood what was being in alignment and in my truth. I do want to say that when I was married, I had my very first severe depression bout. And it was like horrid. Like, cuando ves esas películas que estás así, and then like the 30 days, I was like gone. Like everybody freaked out. So much so that they actually called una tía de Guatemala, my ex-husband, to come help me with the kids because I was gone. But I realized then that was kind of like my first awakening. Like, my soul was like, you're not where you're supposed to be. And that was the beginning in my awareness now of this transition of me really serving and opening up my gifts. I've always had a gift since I was a little girl. Like, my mom used to say, like, stop saying things to people and making them cry. Yeah, I would go to las fiestas y my mama, no vayas a decirles nada a tus tías. So here we are, you know, like they let me go in 2019 at the end. 2020 happens. Crazy idea. Like, literally with $50 in my account, 3 kids. My ex-baby daddy lost his job. And all I heard is like, start your business. And then the pandemic happened. And that was like eye-opening, because during like 90 days, I had deep, like crazy dreams and activations. I don't know what was happening to me, like the headaches and flus. And I really believe now that they were preparing me for the work that I was going to do. So here I am, like, the pandemic, I call it my residency year. I did everything pro bono. I was a speakeasy healer with masks going to people's houses because they were like, I'm dying.
Wow.
So here we are 6 years later. And all I do is trust.
Amazing.
I just trust. Yeah.
That's beautiful, by the way. And that's a really good, and trust is a, you know, an amazing, it's hard, right? It's hard, especially like, you know, when you're young and you are going through traumas, it's hard to trust. Okay, so that brings us to you know, today, because I do trust in your powers, and I think that, but in general, I think, let me give you a little context. I have a bunch of beautiful, amazing things happening in my life, professionally and personally.
Yeah.
That I've brought up to a certain point, but it's now kind of like getting a little stuck. And I feel that it's getting stuck before a big leap. So I've had big leaps, and now I feel like I'm about to get to another big leap, but it's slow and turning. And this might be the biggest, you know, leap of all. Who knows? And so I'm wondering, and I almost feel like sometimes when you're on the precipice of something big, you almost feel like you start getting attacked by darkness a little bit. Now I have protection, so I can never fall too far. I never fall too far. But like I said, I'm feeling slowed a little bit by some force.
Yeah.
But I on a positive note, I see something big in front of. I can just kind of move through this position. And so I guess what I want to ask of whatever you're gonna do, this reading, what have you, is I do want some clarity. You know, I know that this is less about cleansing, but more about answers and pathway and stuff. Sometimes I don't want to know. I'm like, universe, I'm not ready for it. Let me just, you know, ignorance is bliss. Let me just put the blinders on and keep trudging along. But I am now in a position where it's like, you know what, whatever's missing, whatever I need to know, whatever I've looked past, I'm ready to understand that so that I can completely heal and really ascend to that next level that I see right before me. You know, so I guess that's the context of what I want. So, so how do we do this? Do I pick the one that I'm gravitating towards?
So can I
Go ahead.
give you channeled message
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Are you open?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like lo que salga?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, as you were speaking, my heart just like, I don't know what happened to you recently, and I feel like 6-9 months, there was this heart opening that you've had, which makes me feel emotional in a good way, because I feel like there's this, you're coming to a place in your life where you're starting to learn what serenity really is from an authentic space. I feel like all your lifetime you've been looking for serenity and grounding and even belonging, because I think belonging, you belong, but you haven't found like the people that you really feel like, these are my people, they understand me. Being understood has been a big lesson for you. Being understood.
Yes.
And I want you to feel that right now.
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
I do.
Yeah. I want you to, can you give me a deep breath right now and just like ground into the understanding? It's so beautiful to be understood.
You know the understanding, by the way. I get frustrated when I'm not understood.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to agree with me, but you gotta at least understand where I'm coming from. And that's where a lot of my fights come from sometimes. It's like, no, you understand. You don't have to agree with me, but you just gotta understand me.
So there's aspect mother. I don't know what's going on with the mother energy right now, but I don't know if there was this opening or this awareness, or you've had an aha, like, I understand her.
Yes. I actually had a good conversation with my mom, maybe around 6 to 9 months ago. That was many years in the making. Maybe that was the beginning of the change, and not because sometimes you think, okay, I finished, right? It's like, no, you've just begun.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm literally like getting so activated. I'm starting to shake. So this is me, like when my channeling comes through.
Okay.
And thank you for being so open. Like, thank you. Really, like when I come, you know, it's like, Cindy's in the house. What's gonna happen? I don't know. But you just being so open, and your smile says it so much right now. So
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So aspect mother, there's something there. And I feel like what you're feeling, it's not necessarily outside of you, like the demons or whatever you're feeling, the darker energy. It's not that, my love. No tiene nada que ver con eso. It's really you shedding the old you. I feel like you're like, they're showing me this vision of you, like, you know, when there's like some sort of flower that's coming out, and then there's like the old, like dead, like leaves coming out, and it's just kind of like translucent, and it's you're literally like, you're breaking free. There's like this energy of you breaking free. So once you step into that, it has nothing to do with outside people. I feel like outside people are actually rooting for you, and I'm seeing there's this male energy, like no old friend that really has been kind of like guiding you in your ear. And it feels very fatherly like, you know, even though he might be the same age, but there's something about him that you look up to. Like, ya está casado, ya tiene hijos, like something like, and there's this comfort. And I feel like deep inside, my love, there's a little boy inside of you that always just wanted a home, like a normal home.
Yeah, I didn't have a normal home.
Yeah, because I'm seeing you didn't have a normal home.
Right.
There's something aspect father, like being super absent or like busy or working, and then mother. Yeah. Being, you know, just
trying to make do.
Yeah. Yes. So what's coming through right now, my love, is you embracing that inner child, and like you're finding that peace that you're getting is like, oh, like I'm creating my home. I'm building that. And what does that look like? And I felt like you created an avatar during your younger years when I'm seeing like young teens, like high school and stuff, like bigger than life. And vámonos y vámonos y vámonos and try, like you were just out there.
No, that's exactly it. I think that I'm very extroverted, but when I was young, because I had a very, you know, my parents were in and out. My dad was in and out. They were very young when they had me. You know, I was an accident, 19 years old, both my parents. So, you know, they had to deal with them dealing with me. And I was also very precocious and all that stuff. But around 14, I started to come out of my shell and think, oh, I'm Mr. Cool Guy. And that worked for me. It worked for me making friends, some deep friendship, but a lot of superficial stuff. But it worked for me having this avatar that, yeah, maybe a little crazy, brave, courageous, but it wasn't really 100% me. It wasn't not me. You know, the avatar wasn't not me, but it wasn't completely me. It wasn't the deepest part of me, but it worked for me, and it was able to, you know, protect me in some ways. And it worked in getting me out of my shell a little bit, you know. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I feel like what's coming next, what you're feeling, there's this, I don't know, this is how they're showing me. There's this avatar literally spawning, right? Like in you. And it's this super mature, grounded man. Like it's like he's there. He's waiting for you. If that makes sense. Like it's almost like, oh, like we can say bye to that person. I'm seeing or writing like music notes. Is there, who's connected to writing music or wanting to write music?
I mean, I have a lot of friends that are into music, but I mean, some of the projects I have outside of here are me as a writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I see a book.
It's screenplay. Yeah. I published the book several years ago, but hopefully I'm working on more screenplays and stuff like that is what I'm doing outside of here. And there's movement, there's big people involved and talks and all that stuff. But then, you know, there's a lot of movement and then it kind of gets stuck. And I don't want to push people because I realize I can't force it.
There's a book that you're writing and there's also a project that you're writing that requires this new avatar, the more grounded, sophisticated, deep. Yeah. This book is different. This is kind of you. And I see like in the book, there's going to be like the little, like the bringing out the little you or like the father, something like that, where you're literally, there's going to be very like beautiful moments of you, like maturity, like telling your story in a way. Right. But I feel like it's going to be fiction, but in a fun.
Well, I'm working on a couple of things. One of which is my family story, but I think that my story is embedded in my family story.
I mean, timelines are weird, right? Like, because we have free will, but you're ready to settle down. There's this energy of like wanting a partner that's ready. And it's interesting. I'm laughing because they're showing me this partner and it feels like you almost can see her already. Like you, like visually, like what she looks like. Oh yeah. And like, you know, the like tall, like slim, long hair, like dark brunette, like, you know, like.
Normila? No, I know exactly what she is.
Like, and I it's there. And I feel like it's interesting because I feel like you guys have been kind of like one of those like, hey, and then, you know, and hey.
That's exactly it. Hey. But I'll tell you what though, because she exists. She's a specific person. She looks exactly the way that you described her. We stopped talking, but we recently had an exchange on DM and it was nice. And I'm just leaving it at that.
Good. Leave it like that. She is high. I'm going to be real. I don't know if this is going to tap your ego. She's highly aware and she's more advanced than you know, in like like not in a bad way. Like she's seen you.
She's way more mature than I am.
Yes. So it's almost like she's kind of like, you know, she's kind of one of those like, lo voy a dejar a ver qué, like if time comes back, like that kind of thing. And I think there's something happening. And I feel whether it's with her or with somebody else, you're drawing in someone by the end of the year.
Oh God, I feel
you're drawing somebody in by the end of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it'll be like, it'll be slow, but then you're going to move fast. Meaning like you're going to do something you've never done in your life. Like you're going to be like, oh shit. And then you're going to put a ring on it like this.
Look. All this sounds amazing. All right, so should I pick the one that's drawn to me?
Yes.
God, something about the spacey one is obvious, but I guess I gotta go with the one in the middle though.
Okay, let's do it.
Explain to me what that tarot card is.
So this is just, so I just brought different tarots. I love this tarot. This is a cool tarot. Actually, I'll have you pull from this tarot because it's cool. And then, yeah, let's pull from that. You pull from that one.
Okay. So do I open it?
Yeah, just open it. I already cleared them before coming. And it's just, I love tarot cards. I literally have over 100 tarot cards at home.
So I just pull anyone?
Yeah, just, no, pull the whole deck out. There you go.
Oh, it has the flower of life.
Yes.
I have the flower of life tattooed on my calf.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Ooh. Okay.
So so there's a little booklet. Sácalo. There you go. And then
Do you want the booklet?
Sure, just leave it here. And you can leave the box here. Aquí ponlo. I'm going to guide you through pulling. So then grab the thing, put it over your heart, and just like take a deep breath and just say, like, may I get the message that I need at this moment in time for my highest good. There you go. And then just, you can shuffle or however you feel. And then we can pull a card. Okay. I want you to read it. This is hilarious. Look at what comes out.
The Four of Wands. What situation in your life is bringing you the stability you seek?
What do you see in the picture?
Oh, wow. A man and a woman hugging. That's amazing.
So, and look at what's behind in the bottom of the deck. The Three of Cups in reverse. Puras mujeres, but it's in reverse. So that means no more, no more
fooling around.
That's right.
What are you ready to celebrate and enjoy your life? Amazing.
Which is in reverse, which is like, bájale al party.
Well, that is absolutely where I'm not even drawn. When I was younger, I was definitely promiscuous, and that made relationships hard. I've definitely gotten past that.
Yeah.
I've had a close friend, female friend, who, we have a strange arrangement. It's kind of like an elevated friends with, but we're like preparing each other for the one.
Yeah.
And it's just been nice to have somebody and not be pulled in all the directions of going out, trying to like find somebody, hook up. And most of my energy has been going into like some of this professional stuff and making myself the man that the woman that I want to be with is going to want to be with.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I'm going to pull from this deck and I'm going to ask Spirit whatever you need to know right now in this moment in time, in this timeline for your highest good.
Beautiful.
Usually what happens is like, it's validating to the channeling. I love doing readings. I don't have time a lot anymore to do readings anymore because I'm really busy with like the practice and helping people with the like deeper stuff, the transformational stuff. But when I do readings, I love it because they're fun and they're light and it literally shifts people. Yeah. Right? Okay, so let's see. What do you need to know now for your highest good? You are getting the World card. The World card.
What is that?
Hello, you're ending a major cycle, an era in your life. You're ending it. You're closing up something really big. Oh, I love this. I have chills right now. Literally the 10 of Pentacles.
What is that?
Look at this. The happily ever after.
What? Oh my God.
That's what you want. You're ready for a real family, Humberto. Oh, yeah. You're ready. I love it. This is the guidance. Stay focused, stay working. Yeah. Focus. This is the 8 of Pentacles. Here, you can see it. You're focusing really on this 9 of Pentacles, which is like autonomy, like abundance. Like literally, I have a feeling that you're like, I want to feel like I know that I've always been. I want to feel like I know that I've always been.
I want to feel like I know that I've always been.
Which is a remembrance of like, I know that I've always been that person, energetic, blah, blah, blah. So you're there. This is that. Wow. And this Empress card, I really feel like this is going to be you. You're in gestation right now. Yeah. You're like, about to give birth. Wow. So it's in reverse right now. And also there's a question. I'm going to finish with this. Yeah. Getting very clear about kids. Like, I think you're still kind of like, you don't know.
With the right woman, if I'm in a position where I want to be able to, provide, yes, I would want a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna come in late in the game. But wow, what a beautiful reading, Cindy! God, I'm so happy you came. By the way, I'm gonna offline. I'm gonna book like a limpieza with you. Even though you said it's not for outside stuff. It's for inside stuff. I'm protected against outside stuff. I feel it, but the inside stuff, I can be my own biggest enemy. But I think I'm coming out of it. I think everything you said resonates with me so much. You're amazing. So people in the LA area who want to work with you in person, they can go to how do they find you?
So on my website, cindycanek.com, on Instagram, Cindy Canek, and I also work virtually and I travel. I'm a world healer.
Yeah.
I've traveled to do this work, which is a blessing.
I am part of the spiritual community, and I come across people who say they have it and they don't. And it's almost like irresponsible for them to try to be like working with people energetically. But when you come across somebody that has it, it's very intricate. It's very, it's deep within you. And like, you really do have it. And I mean, everything that you said was on point, and you've opened up my heart more. And I think I need to do that. I think I should feel safe enough to start opening my heart. Yeah. So thank you so much. Today was amazing. I'm glad I got to fit you in.
I love you.
I love you too. Heart to heart. Oh, Cindy, thank you. Okay, you have been Cindy Canek. You've been on Checkitow.